On YouTube right now. We should be live. Media Scrum is starting on AEW side as we're doing this. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to the channel. My name is Rev Sauce. We're going to be reviewing AEW's Full Gear. I'm not going to put an honest review on it or in my honest opinion for you guys. We're going to have a full review, and honestly, this show was a banger. I'm just telling you. A banger for me. It was a banger. For me and how I feel about wrestling, this was a banger. I enjoyed it. Some of it was predictable. For instance, MJF getting hurt in the kickoff show was very predictable. They have to have him beat the odds. Kind of like Roman Reigns, kind of when Roman Reigns was first starting. And there's got to be some fuckery. So, you know, for some of the AEW haters out there are going to say, oh, well, they just took a page out of Roman Reigns. No shit. It's just like these people saying, AEW is just a spitting image of WWE. Well, no shit. When there's free agents and they're going to go over, no shit, the homegrown talent's going to kind of be a little mixed in with the AEW and mixed in with the WWE, ex-WWE guys. Of course, that was TNA back in the day. Come on. I love how everybody says, well, they need to develop their homegrown talent. You can't have your cake and eat all at once, man. And I love how people talk about Ring of Honor being featured all the time. Ring of Honor is being featured all the time. You know they got to show off the goddamn thing to get the fucking views so they can get on the Max app for that thing, right? It's another brand. You know that, right? Within the AEW umbrella. I love how everybody goes and talks about that shit all the time. Like, my God, go touch grass if you feel that way. Like, don't watch. Like, that's how I feel about you. It's the same people that say that all the time. AEW has too many titles, too many belts. Ronda Rousey going to Ring of Honor and signing possibly a contract with AEW is a problem, and it's like, I don't care. They really need these juicy signings. AEW needs a lot right now currently. They're not selling tickets. You know, their television is going up a little bit, but they're not selling tickets, you know. Again, they got to do the things to get the people, get the butts on the table. I think Sami Callihan is coming next. However you want to slice it and dice it. Because it looks like AEW has a working relationship with Revolver. Revolver is a Sami Callihan product. Again, before people go, and then go some more, let me tell you before you scream and go in my own stream about Sami fucking Callihan, okay? He is good at what he does. Just unfortunately he was on Impact Wrestling, and you know, Impact Wrestling's on a lot of really good American TV and network. Access TV doesn't really get the views, and they're not in a lot of homes. So before some of you sit here and go, well, Sami Callihan, who? Will Ospreay, who? If you've been under a rock about both of these gentlemen, you literally need to go and brush up on your wrestling shit, okay? Flat out. Will Ospreay was predictable. I knew it was coming. Why is Tony Khan doing this, you may ask? Well, he has money in his pocket. Of course he does. You didn't think he was going to fuck Triple H? This was a Triple H guy in the works. You don't think he's not going to go after Okada next? Come on, people. You don't think Tony Khan's not going to go after Okada next? Come on. He's doing everything in his power to cockblock WWE from signing talent. It's a fact. Don't tell me when I'm telling lies. And before people say it's Britt Baker under the mask, it could be somebody else. We don't know. Could be Adam Cole just playing. Could be Kyle O'Reilly. Could be really anything. I don't know who the mask is. I'm just going to tell you right off the rip, I'm more interested in that right now. And honestly, I really thought in my mind, and this is how wrong I was, I didn't think it was Will Ospreay. They must got an amazing deal with New Japan for him. And they must have really paid New Japan a lot of money for it. Because they must really have a good relationship. One of the two, you know. Again, the media scrum is on and I'm doing a review real quick. Again, like I said, I really thought in my mind, I thought they were going to sign another women's talent. I was really thinking Mandy Rose. Please tell me, like nobody talked about Mandy. I feel Mandy Rose was so underlooked here. Mandy Rose has talked about coming back to wrestling. I really thought it was going to be Mandy Rose, somebody that the AEW audience knows very well and was a world champion. I was really thinking Mandy Rose in my mind. Mandy Rose is not under a 90-day compete clause. I really thought it was Mandy Rose. But again, Will Ospreay, and then, it's disappointing to me because I want Will Ospreay to be on TV. And when he said, oh, well, I'll be back at Revolution, somewhere near Revolution, and so he's probably guaranteed a title push. That's what I'm thinking. He's going to get a title push first and foremost. He's going to probably win the title at Wembley, like all the reports are saying. Again, we're going to have to hear what Tony Khan has to say. I'll have to listen and tune in after the fact of the media scrum and stuff like that. So, again, like I said, we'll have to find out. They got MJF coming up in the media scrum. Again, I really thought AEW did a really good job. They had Chris Statlander lose the title. I think Julia Hart is really good shit. She's been really good shit through Ring of Honor and also on Collision. I think you need to pass the rock to the hot hand. That was a well-deserved victory from her. Honestly, well-deserved. I even thought that maybe they should have gave it to Sky Blue. Sky Blue really deserved it too. It was really hard for me, but I knew they were going to give it to Julia Hart because Julia Hart is doing amazing things with the House of Black. And MJF is fucking crying. He is fucking crying. Goddamn. Damn, you got to give your man the credit. He's really hurt. Or it's all kayfabe, I don't know. But literally, seriously, man, got to give him this credit. Now, to some of you that call me this AEW mark shit, man, I don't know where you guys get that from. I enjoy all wrestling, but right now AEW appeals to me more. I love the chaotic mess that AEW is. Actually, to be honest with you, I actually really do. And I know a lot of my friends are going to tell me, "Oh my God, Rev, I don't understand you. WWE, again, WWE, they had Will Ospreay hook, line, and sinker. They fucked that up hard. That's another loss for Triple H. Again, he's trying to sign all these new Japan, like top tier stars like Hashi, fucking all these people, and I don't think he's gonna get Okada. I really don't think that. I think, if Will Ospreay didn't go, I don't think Okada's going to go. I think Okada will go to AEW. I think he will go to an AEW before he goes to a WWE just because what's going on in the world of things. Again, tonight the matches were very, very good. I will say each match had it all. I thought the Swerve Strickland and Adam Page played the way it needed to play. You have to give the rock to Swerve. Swerve is your top heel. Tony Khan, good job with that, my dude. Good job. You get a bravo, good storyline. You needed to give Swerve the fucking payoff that he deserves. That is called winning. Now, what do you do with Swerve? What are you going to do with Swerve? Do you give him a TNT belt? Do you give him international? He's got to have a payoff here at some point. So you got to give him that payoff. What do you do with him? I think you put him in a TNT belt situation, maybe. Again, Christian Cage, Edge, I think that's kind of a lock. Maybe international title. Maybe you have him run it with the international belt. Beat Orange Cassidy. That's kind of booked with the Blackpool Combat Club. It looks like they're going to be trading between Claudio Castagnoli, Willer Yuta, and I can't believe they had Jon Moxley lose tonight. That was another thing that I found interesting. They're really putting a lot of stock into Orange Cassidy. And why did you have Jon Moxley lose? You had Jon Moxley going in strong. You had him lose. Again, that's confuzzling, but I understand they're putting all this investment into Orange Cassidy. Again, Tony Storm was predictable. I knew that was coming. Ishida was a placeholder. I noticed what they do is, and I feel they're going to bring Thunder Rosa back because Thunder Rosa's been on footage wearing like leather outfits and whatnot and hot girl shit and coming in doing cartwheels and shit. I think she's ready to come back. I think it's just when and where when Tony Khan wants to do what they do. I do not know the masked individuals. I honestly at this point just want to see it happen at this point. I think, it's kind of at a halt right now because of what's going on with MJF right now. And if MJF is legitimately hurt, how long is he going to be out? Again, I wish Tony Khan would stop doing the whole, we got to hold on to the titles when the wrestlers are hurt. But I understand it at the same time because there's really, outside of really Swerve Strickland, what do you have outside of that? Darby Allin maybe? Wardlow maybe? No, Wardlow. No, Wardlow needs to go to the back of the bus. I don't even know why they have Wardlow in that whole situation. Again, you could have Moxley come back. Moxley's been your workhorse. Again, if MJF is legitimately hurt, I highly doubt it. I think he just sprained his knee or whatever it is. Because it didn't look devastating. From what he's saying is at the very beginning, at the 0 hour, he went off the rope and hurt himself. And they just kayfabe kind of all this. They kind of pull the Roman Reigns. They, again, as I will say to you guys over and over again, they're kind of, AEW kind of treating MJF like a Roman Reigns kind of deal. But he wrestles more than Roman Reigns. I think they need to give MJF a break, maybe off TV for a minute, and let him heal and he's even said it on videos. Again, MJF, man, is your star. And I got to put that out there like that. People could disagree with me all. And some of you people out there that are going to tell me in my comment section and tell me, oh, you're just an AEW mark. No, I ain't. I ain't no smart mark. Again, I watch every wrestling promotion. I critique them all the same. I have my favorites. AEW appeals to me a lot more than WWE. That's just me because I like the chaotic mess that it is. I also like Impact Wrestling, which is going to be TNA. I wish MLW the best, and I wish NWA the best. NWA tripped over themselves with that cocaine spot. And again, before wrestling fans, or, again, I'm going to just be honest. I don't need to put an honest review on it. I'll just tell you like it is. Tonight was a solid to me. Because of the disappointment of, I would have given this a 9.5. Honestly, I thought there was a lot to be had here. I think AEW is going in the right direction. I think that, with Ronda Rousey coming in board, and Ronda Rousey's looking like Ronda of old. And before people go, well, JD from New York or any of these call her Ronda Rousey, she's actually, Ronda Rousey looks possessed. When you ever seen her in a ring right now, Revolver, go watch that. She looks possessed from the footage. She looks different. Her look is different. She walks with some type of purpose. Again, that wasn't Ronda Rousey WWE. Ronda Rousey first 2 years with a purpose. Last of Ronda Rousey wasn't great. Ronda Rousey was just doing fuck all to do fuck all. Ronda Rousey looks like she has business. She looks like she's ready to go. I honestly think if they're going to put her in Ring of Honor and have her be forefront of Ring of Honor, have her beat Athena real quickly, have her hold the belt as long as she wants for a minute, have Athena go over to AEW and win the TBS belt, go from there to the belt again, and then replay the Willow Nightingale on TV. Willow Nightingale and literally Athena could blow off the roof on any type of wrestling joint. And before people go at me and tell me, oh, Ring of Honor ain't anything, go watch the show. You can get it third party. I'm tired of hearing that from you. People going, oh, it's part of the, no, it's a separate brand. Tony Khan said it. It's from the horse's mouth, guys. And again, stop this madness. Stop it. Tonight you got to see it's different. You guys should be watching the shows. Stop the madness. I watch Ring of Honor every week religiously. Minus a couple weeks because I've been sick and I've been dealing with real life. Didn't have internet. So let me tell you, I'm on fire today. And let me tell you, I've been watching AEW a little bit. It's gotten better. Yes, it's not to everybody. Like I said, Collision, not been the best lately, but they're starting to kind of find finding their way. Rampage, again, I would be okay with this. If they did Collision and Rampage all at once on a Friday night, I'd be okay with that. With Collision going first and then Rampage after the fact, I'd be okay with that. I don't mind watching 3 hours of wrestling when it's good. And honestly, last night, wrestling was good for a minute. For me. Again, for me. I'm not, it's got to be good for me. I'm really not liking SmackDowns, and I'm not really liking Raws as I once did. They're kind of falling off, and they're becoming the same. I don't care. It's predictable what's going on with Cody. It's going to be either Randy Orton or CM Punk coming out the door. And again, CM Punk, to me, lost a lot of credibility real quickly with me. I used to be a huge CM Punk person. Not anymore. And I know I've featured him on my channel, some of the shorts he's done, and some of the things that he's done. To me, again, and I'll just keep saying this over and over again. I'm not the biggest I'm not the biggest, mind fart. I'm not the biggest CM Punk fan, again. After what he did with Tony Khan, after what he's done, I just want him to go collect his money in WWE and retire. Honestly. I hope they don't sign him. I hope he goes to Impact and he goes to the bottom of the barrel, takes little money, and does what he needs to do in Impact and gets out of the business. That's personally how I care about CM Punk. I don't care. He ruins companies. The man's an evil person, and he only cares about one thing, and that's himself and money. It's flat out. He's not caring about storylines. He goes to WWE. One move he makes, he's going to play nice for a minute. The one move he makes, it's going to be gross. And is CM Punk past his prime? When he was in AEW, he was really fucking slow. MJF did better. When he was in these rooms with small people, with the new talent, right? Again, very, very, I'll put it this way to you, very, very weak. He looked very weak. And I'm not trying to be mean to CM Punk, but I don't think WWE wants him. And I think where he's going to go, and I may be wrong with this, I think Impact. I really think Impact's got the money to pay him somewhat per appearance. Kind of like what they did with Chris Jericho, New Japan. I even think New Japan would even go after CM Punk for the hell of it. Now, that brings up the question, if CM Punk goes to New Japan, does he work with AEW at the same moment under New Japan? I don't know those questions. Again, like I said, I could give a shit about CM Punk, to be honest, but tonight, people were bringing up in Twitter and shit CM Punk's name. And again, CM Punk, honestly, I don't think he should be in wrestling. I think he's done. I think WWE doesn't want to touch him, and I think if WWE does, it'll be for the money. Another that I heard a lot of is, AEW has too many belts. I still hear the same shit. Again, they're trying to feature Ring of Honor shit on television. Guys, they're negotiating right now to get a contract. An extension. And I really think people need to understand that they've been back and forth for 2 years ever since they signed CM Punk. Again, tonight was one good of a show. This is what AEW needs to do. Now they got to keep the momentum going in on Wednesday, and then on Friday, and then on Saturday. They got to keep these momentum going on. When you sign big names like Will Ospreay, which is kind of disappointing. He's signed, but he's got to finish his dates with New Japan before he can do what he does with, AEW, which I think is a stinker. But I understand why they're doing it. I get why Tony Khan did it. We're going to hear from Tony Khan. I'll probably have a video up tomorrow talking about Will Ospreay in AEW. Again, Ronda Rousey in AEW. I'm not surprised. To be real with you, I'm not surprised. Ring of Honor or AEW, I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? Again, I just want to say tonight's show was an 8.8 for me. It would have been a solid 9.5 if Will Ospreay didn't turn around and go, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, cool your shit. I'm here to sign a contract, but I'm not truly here. kind of my hype went, oh, really? Really? You didn't buy out the full contract or you were afraid about the money coming in? Anyway, that's just my pure opinion on the whole Will Ospreay thing. Now, Will Ospreay's coming up here, and they're going to talk how this deal is done. Let's hear about it real quickly. He looks really happy, though. If they're making Will Ospreay into the center of attraction, they really, really need to make him the face of it and have him win the title. They don't have him win the title here, then what the fuck are we doing? So that makes sense. Sorry, I'm listening to the interview real quick, so bear with me. We're doing this live. Will Ospreay, I mean, I understand why he signed with AEW. I totally get it. I knew why he did. It makes sense. How many years? How many years do you guys think he signed for? How many years? Did he sign John Moxley money? I'm assuming he did. $6 million a year, I'm assuming. I'm assuming off the top he's getting Brock Lesnar money. I'm assuming, because they got to keep him out of WWE, right? And his contract was supposed to expire in April, so what did New Japan give? Why did New Japan honestly let him go like that, too? That's another question, too, to me. Again, it's a win-win for AEW because he fits the mold. He's kind of like a Kenny Omega. Again, I know WWE fans are going to be really upset about this, but if you hear from him, it was primarily about what you're hearing is in the media scrum. It's pretty much about his family and his situation. So I can understand. And I don't think WWE can match that for him or accommodate that. And I think he wanted Wembley Stadium. And I think that's what he wanted. And again, he likes New Japan Pro Wrestling, so you get to hear also too, out of all of this too, that he really wanted to do New Japan Pro Wrestling still, and with Tony's blessing, he could still do the G1, things like that. So maybe be another UK champion, maybe be a heel. And also, too, he can interswitch. So I understand why he's doing it, to be money to be made on both sides. So I get it. It's more money in his pocket, honestly. It makes sense. It's kind of like what Chris Jericho did. It's kind of like John Moxley did for a minute there. It makes sense. Eddie Kingston, same thing. Again, speaking of Eddie Kingston, that match with Eddie Kingston tonight was fire. Like, straight up, I did like Jay Lethal. Again, most people don't watch Ring of Honor television, and most people don't go and sell the 7 Cs to go get it. A lot of people shit on Ring of Honor. They call it the waste of time or too many belts or Tony Khan should never bought it, but they actually put on really good television if you go look for it. I think it's silly that some of you don't go watch that shit. It's like people that don't watch NXT Level Up and then complain that complain that WWE has too many shows or too many things going on. When if you watch the other side of things, like Ring of Honor is totally different to all that. Ring of Honor is not a developmental system either. It's actually pretty good. Daniel Garcia is really good on Ring of Honor. If you guys go look at that, Keith Lee's over there killing it. They got a few things over on Ring of Honor that's really good. I think a lot of people kind of just look at Ring of Honor as a just another product, but it's not another product. And again, it just shows when Ronda Rousey wants to go there to be with Maria Shafir. It shows when she wants to fight Athena and not anybody else on the ring on the AEW television. It just makes sense to me. It's like, wow, that screamed volumes to me last night. If Ronda Rousey did sign hardcore to Ring of Honor or AEW, it's a win-win either way to me. Tony Khan needs these names, honestly. Like, people are going to ask, people are going to tell me. People are going to turn around and tell me that at the end of the day, but Tony Khan's got to sell his products. Look at WWE getting what people don't realize, WWE is getting these major signings, the television rights. I could see AEW not reach an agreement with Warner Brothers Discovery, and I could see them being on a Netflix. I could see them on Amazon. I could see Amazon really making it a thing and putting it on Twitch. I could really see it. Again, Amazon's got a lot of money in the barrel to spend, and they've said they want more live sports on their shit, so I wouldn't be surprised if the new CEO of Amazon and their chair, Jeff Bezos, that's been on the sidelines for a while, taking a step away from Amazon for the last few years, I wouldn't be surprised if they sign AEW or anything like that. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think AEW really needs Warner Discovery, to be honest with you, to stay relevant. And I've really said this all along. TV views don't matter. And a lot of people will quote to me, TV views do matter, and tell me I'm just a mark and I don't understand. Again, streaming views, man. I tell you, this is the future. Like, those key demographics and all this shit and all this wrestling, old school looking and all this shit, TV's dying. You could see that with the writer's strike. You could see that with the SAG actors fucking feud. You could see everything. You could see TV views are down. Again, I say this and people are going to, yeah, it does matter because WWE just signed, they're desperate. They're signing to sign for whatever and for fuck all money. Sorry, I got to mute myself for a second. But anyway, like I said, the CW, I didn't expect them to sign NXT like that. I thought it was just going to be NWA, and that was going to be that. I think if NWA didn't pull their stunt that they pulled, it would have been what it was. Again, I want to make this very clear in my own live stream. I am not saying, please, I want this to be honest. Please, everything I'm talking about is coming from my heart and how I feel about pro wrestling right now. I stopped watching pro wrestling for a minute while I was busy with life. But again, I'm going to continue to do what the fuck I do. At the end of the day, I honestly don't give a shit either way. Like I said, again, I tend more to lean towards AEW. I do. Because it appeals to me. But I also like WWE too for certain aspects before people turn around. And, you know, I've been called a mark lately because I said about Ric Flair. Again, Ric Flair's a carny act. Like, seriously, like, that's what they signed him for. You saw it tonight. He's a circus act. That's all they did it for, was a circus act. Like, for real, for real. Believe what you want to believe. Yo, thank you for the like. I appreciate that. What's up, Patchy? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Sorry, I haven't not seen chat. I don't know why chat did not load on my end. I apologize. Sorry, guys. My bad. My bad. I don't know why chat's not been. I don't know why chat's not showing up. I'll probably fix that coming up here when I live stream again. I just had to get my pop-out chat. But anyway, yo, Single Mom, thank you for the love, buddy. Sorry, everybody. My apologies. If you're watching this review and you're watching me live, like I said before, we're going to be doing a lot more of these. I'm getting back into the swing of things. Like I said, I've been watching wrestling. Don't think I haven't. I said I was kind of taking a break. I've been watching it off of my cloud DVR on the DirecTV streams. Yes, I get them live as they're happening. I wish people would come to me because I would live stream sports a lot in clear 1080p HD for you guys every week. I get Red Zone. I get all of it. Like in clear HD. Okay, through DirecTV stream. Like college football all day. I get like 9 games in one sitting. Sometimes. Anyway, like I said, tonight, I will say this show is a banger. I enjoyed it for what it was. Again, I have no complaints about this show at all. The only complaints I had was the bleeding profusely and some of the choice things that they did with the Swerve Strickland match. But again, Swerve deserved to win. Swerve deserved to win. He is your top heel. That's a fact. That's a fact of life. Yeah. And Swerve deserves everything. Swerve should be having a beer of his choice right now, praising himself, putting a pat on his back. Him and Paige did a very good job tonight. The both women's matches I thought were great. I thought the tag team match was great. The ladder match, I thought that was great. You keep the belts on who you need to keep. Ricky Starks is your future too. And I think you know, Big Bill too. And do you not notice that they're referencing to SAWFT Soft? You're not hearing that? You're not hearing the rip shots? I'm assuming what they're going to do is they're going to probably sign Enzo. Bring him on in. I wouldn't be surprised. If they bring him in, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I really thought Mandy Rose tonight. I was in my mind going, Mandy Rose is signing, but then Will Ospreay. But it makes sense why Will Ospreay. And I get why AEW was doing it to fuck WWE. I get it. That was the whole thing behind it. Anyway, the main event again, MJF got hurt at the very beginning. Then we had the Eddie Kingston match. Then we had that match. Then we had the Claudio Castagnoli match. I thought that was a banger of a match. Buddy Matthews, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with him, but that man should be either in the international title reign or in the circle of that. Again, this is where AEW probably needs a cruiserweight or a light heavyweight title or something, because they got a great division of luchadors and people like Buddy Matthews, and I don't understand why they don't have a title somewhere of that, because they do have Kalistico or Matthew or whatever goddamn name is. I'm probably butchering it. You have Penta. Penta should be in the world title, honestly. That man should be in the ballpark of that. I don't know why they're not doing anything with that. Again, Miro's doing good shit on Collision, but nobody gives a shit. And again, I think the CJ Perry thing is I think it's gonna end with Miro and CJ Perry coming together, and I think they're gonna redo what they need to do with Lana Day and Rusev Day. I think it will work for the best for both. I think CJ, honestly, if she wanted to, kind of Homer Craft, put her in Ring of Honor. Let her fight in Ring of Honor. I'd be all right with that. Ring of Honor should be a stepping stone, or for people that want to go test their might out. Look at Ronda Rousey. I'm sorry to tell you guys, Ronda fucking Rousey over on it. And I know people are gonna go, well, Ronda Rousey. She looks like Ronda Rousey year one. Look into her eyes and look at how serious she looks. Business. And Tony Khan will roll over and give her whatever. At the end of the day, Tony Khan will roll over and give her whatever. You know what I mean? But then you have these geeks on the internet that will tell me, hey, Ring of Honor sucks. Ring of Honor's garbage. I don't know what you're talking about, Rev. Look at the views. Nobody watches that shit. Same with AEW. Nobody watches that shit. Tony Khan is making bad decisions, and it's terrible. But then you go look at Triple H, and he's botched a lot of shit recently. Come on now. You can't have your cake and eat it all at once. It goes both ways. If you're going to tell me WWE is doing well, why is WWE looking at going private? Why does it look like TKO is wanting to go private? Why is Vince McMahon selling his stocks? Why is it that their television... again, let's talk about this. If that's the case, then why did Fox not re-sign SmackDown? They did say they wanted 2-point-something million. They didn't re-sign it. Why is, honestly, if you're going there, why is NXT going to a second-rate network? Again, I really think Amazon, Netflix, and all these places are the future. I really think that. I think cable television is dying. It's dying. The MLB playoffs showed that. It was like 60% of the audience wasn't watching like they once did. Like, year on year, cable TV's dying. More people are going to streaming. For instance, and I'll say this for instance, I think DirecTV Stream is much better than what I had. Cable box wise. I had DirecTV. Honestly, I think, you buy a set top, you buy a streaming box like an Apple TV, you set it up, Wi-Fi that bitch, or plug it in wired. It's the much better experience. I've told this to many people, and people want to feud with me. Yeah, I pay the reverse. I pay a lot of money for the service, like $60, but I get a lot behind it. I get free HBO Max. I get other things for free. So again, I can understand why WWE is looking at taking Raw and possibly putting it on a streaming service. It's the future. I'm telling you. I think they're going to beta test that. I really think Netflix is going to get in the business. I don't know why. I just think Netflix is going to get in the business, and people are going to tell me. So these geeks are going to tell me. They're going to tell me. Straight up, they're going to tell me. Oh, Netflix don't have the money like that. I'm an expert. Okay. Really? Okay. Again, Netflix went up and nobody's batting an eye. Netflix is outselling in Latin America right now, so, That's to you people out there that do that to me. Will sit here and tell me, you're Dave Meltzer, fucking Brian Alvarez, Mark. You don't know what you're talking about. Guys, I said it in my own live stream with Ospreay's AEW all the way. And guess what? This guy was right about that. Give me my praise. I thank you for it. I told you Mandy Rose was going to come on in. Give me my praise here now. I tell you that now. Give me my praise now when I say Monet's showing up. That's a hook, line, and sinker. Look at what's going to go on with Sammy Cal. Tell you right now, he signs. Signed, hook, and delivered. AEW, mark my words. Mark my words. And they'll do a little partnership with Revolver. You don't think AEW loaning all these people over to make his show on a Thursday night, Friday night, and they had this big feud with Swerve Strickland and Adam Page? You don't think that put him on the map? You don't think he's not thanking AEW for what they did? Come on now. Sami Callihan is hook, line, and sinker. You know the matches they can have are tag teams with formerly what was John Moxley back in the day. Come on. I tell this to people, Sami Callihan's coming. I think AEW is being, and now I'm going to hear, well, what about the other, okay. Okay, again, according to Tony Khan, what he values is right now, and here's the unfortunate part. He only values really MJF, Adam Cole, FTR, if you want to go there. He's not really valuing the Bucks. The Bucks are on a downward spiral, and they should be at a downward spiral. I'm sorry, Adam Cole, I'm going to say this. The Bucks and Kenny have had it handed to them for a long period of time in AEW. You can't tell me now they need more titles. How many more titles do they need? Honestly, if it was me, I would have the Bucks lose. Lose. Just go on a losing streak. Have them turn heel. Have them come back. Possibly put them in Ring of Honor. Have them win the titles that way. They don't need AEW titles. What do they need? To me, I just think, they booked themselves. I think, when they sign these guys, I really think they put themselves in a conundrum of the idea. But Kenny Omega even said it himself. He doesn't need a title. He's just happy to win matches. He said his time is come and gone. And again, I think he's winding down, and I really think the Young Bucks are going to be winding down coming soon. I really think that. I think, again, now I say this again, and then the Young Bucks will be tag team champions. I think Young Bucks should be over at Ring of Honor, honestly, at this point. Building up that side of AEW, honestly, building it up. Eddie Kingston, I really want him to lose the title because, again, I really personally don't like Eddie Kingston as champion. It's not because of his mystique. It's the way they're booking him. I don't like this whole rebel shit with him. That he's not business. He needs to be business. And I hope Santana turns on him and they get or Santana or Ortiz turns on him and they have a feud and they make Ortiz champion over at Ring of Honor. I really just don't like Eddie Kingston as champion. I really thought that they were going to give that to Jay Lethal. I do like Eddie. I do. But tonight I really was pulling for Jay Lethal. No interference. Everything was clean up until Eddie Kingston won it in a weird way and got some help. I just really don't like how Eddie Kingston's winning matches. It's not, again, I get they're giving Eddie Kingston one last push before he goes out the door and retires or winds down his career. Adam Cole, it's just unfortunately with Adam Cole, he's always hurt. He's injury prone. And, again, you got him injury prone. Again, who's the other one that's really, I feel so bad for? The guy for Top Flight. He's always getting hurt. Again, it's not AEW's fault. And Danielson's injury prone. Unfortunately, Danielson's coming in and he's going to have 4 months left before he goes off of a full-time schedule to part-time. Again, I'm just telling you guys these things because it's not Tony Khan's fault. When people go and blame Tony Khan for putting them in these spots, they get hurt. They want to be hit. They want these spots. But at the same time, they're getting hurt. I'm surprised Christian Cage hasn't had a concussion yet. And again, Christian Cage is another top heel. I think Christian Cage, honestly, if they really wanted to pull the trigger with him before Swerve Strickland, they could. They can have Christian Cage lose the belt to Edge, have Christian go up and win that title. It's going to be really hard. Really, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to cut to the buck with all audio. It's going to be hard because you got Will Ospreay coming in. He wants a title. He wants to win it by Whibley. I think that's what, from what I was reading from the Dave Milters and the Brian Alvarez's and the Fightful Select. Before people say I'm a mark. Those people, the ones that come in my channel and say, "Oh, you're saying Rick, it's a great idea." Yeah, I thought it was. You know what? Personally, I really thought Ric Flair was an okay idea for me, because to me, I could care less either way. Yes, Ric Flair's done some shitty stuff, but at the end of the day, does it hurt AEW? No. So Ric Flair, they could treat as a circus character, a drunken old man that walks around and acts stupid. It was no better than what WWE was doing with Hulk Hogan years ago, parading him around during these pay-per-views and shit. Like, come on. Again, I'm surprised we haven't seen Hulk Hogan yet in fucking AEW, but, hey. AEW's a circus, a circus at the moment. They're trying to find their way again. They're trying to find, and people are like, I don't understand why people are trying to tell me that their identity's lost. What did they lose? They are the alternative. It's just, unfortunately, here's the unfortunate part, which people don't realize. They are the alternative, but here's the thing. They're all of a sudden signing all these fucking talents from WWE that are free agents that are walking in and just taking money. Again, and I'm going to say this, I'm just be open. They're taking Swerve Strickland, a WWE guy, and they're turning him into $1 million. Again, things that Triple H didn't do. You had shit row on television, and you fucked it up. You fucked it up. Now Swerve Strickland, now WWE's paying the piper for that one. Again, you know, people don't give AEW their praise right now. Swerve Strickland is your best thing on, and Prince Nana. Let me give you that. Prince Nana's doing great shit. He wasn't shit on Ring of Honor television when he was on Ring of Honor years ago with the Embassy. Was garbage. Now look at this. He's being featured on TV. Look at Cage. Cage got a prominent spot tonight. Look at all you people telling me that Cage needs to be this, that, and the third. He's being pushed to heaven and back with the Embassy or the Mogul Embassy. And you guys are all, I still don't hear those same people that were bitching and crying about him not being pushed. I love it. I love how people are sometimes when it comes to wrestling. And you think WWE would have booked Brian Cage better? Honestly, to me, I thought Brian Cage should have stayed in Impact, honestly, because he was booked so much better in Impact as champion. I really thought when he came out of Lucha Underground I thought him and his wife were so much better in Impact. And I think he could have served himself better fighting Josh Alexander and things like that for the new TNA. And Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. It would have been better. But again, money talks. And again, I love how Brian Cage talks about how AEW didn't do this, that. Have you now heard him on Twitter bitching and groaning about it? No. Absolutely not. Oh, excuse me. I'm belching my pizza. Ugh. But anyway, tonight was a good show. Overall, I was really, I would say this is a solid A-, B+ show. I'm really high on it because, you know, it gave me a lot of old vibes of Attitude Era. It really appealed to me. I know some people are going to say that it was slow. Again, being out of the wrestling bubble for a minute and then coming back and watch it, I really have been enjoying AEW again, and I've been really enjoying NXT. I can tell you this right now. I've been enjoying a lot of NXT, man. Chase U. Honestly, I've been enjoying the women's stuff over on Tiffany Stratton. Again, NXT is just, man, it's a breath of fresh air, man. Like what they're doing in NXT, man, is a chef's kiss, and I think it's better than what's going on with SmackDown. Outside of maybe Roman Reigns fighting once every 6 months, which is the truth. I think, and then what's up with LA Knight calling it the WWE Championship? What are we doing? The championship belt that you're looking for is over on Raw. You're talking about the undisputed champion. What is up with that shit on SmackDown and Raw? Like, so we are not calling LA Knight, I love you. Yeah, I love you, but why the fuck are you even saying on SmackDown the WWE Championship? Bro, what planet are you on and what show are you on? Who's booking you? Who's writing for you? Because you're saying it wrong. It's the Universal Championship. You're going after the Universal Champion. You want the Universal Champion, which you're not going to get. You're probably going to get Seth Rollins, probably. But I highly doubt that. I think it's going to be Seth Rollins and Gunther eventually, and Gunther's going to go over. Because Gunther's already talking about possibly dropping the Intercontinental belt. He said he's done everything. And I don't blame the guy for vindicating the championship and vacating the championship. However you want to slice and dice that shit. Anyway, going into the ladder match. The ladder match was good. I really like Ricky Starks. I think Big Bill and Ricky Starks. And do you not see, I said it again, are you guys not watching and seeing that they're pulling out the SAWAAT soft sayings? Are you guys not picking up on that? I feel Enzo Amore is going to show up somewhere, take literally shit money, and just come in and do some shit to get squashed by Big Bill. Because Enzo kind of deserves it, though, from Big Bill, because he kind of fucked Big Bill a little bit in WWE a little bit. Big Bill could have been bigger than what he was in WWE. And then they kind of showed off Paul White being out indefinitely. He was just there to pass the torch to fucking Will Hobbs, and it did nothing. Oh, man, they had to show that during the pay-per-view. It's like, I don't care. Paul White, honestly, good dude. Let him just have Captain Insano. Let him have the FTW belt and then run around. Shit, as Captain Insano for like 2 months and then have him retire. Let him be on commentary. He needs to be on commentary personally. I'm at this point, like, look, I didn't like Big Show taking that bump at all. I think Big Show with his 2 hip replacements now at this point, I think it's time for him to retire. He was in shape 4 years ago, thinking that he was going to have a match with Shaq, and he got really in shape, and he looked the best shape of his life. He let himself go a little bit, and I think it's time for him to retire. I feel more for his health than anything, really. I don't want to see him concussioned or hurt or taking these big bumps. Even Sting. I get why Sting's retiring. The body can only tell you so much as you're taking these mad bumps. And Sting, you saw it tonight. I think Sting's at peace of retiring. I think you saw when he hugged his son. His son looks just like him, though. Really. But anyway, there was that. I thought the Christian Cage match with his 2 sons, as he calls his 2 sons. Nick Wayne, his son, his baby son. Adam Copeland looked good. I thought it looked okay. Ric Flair, dude, guys, I said this. Ric Flair is going to be a circus act for AEW. And guess what? I'm right. He's a circus act. And they were overselling his drink. Did you not hear that? Ric Flair drips, Ric Flair this. My God. So, like I said before, and then you got the what is it? The tournament, the international tournament or intercontinental tournament. I think that's going to be a banger. I think that's going to end up probably with 2 people we know. I'm really excited for Revolution next year. Revolution is shaping up, man. With Will Ospreay coming in, man, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm a Will Ospreay fan. I love Will Ospreay. I love me some Will Ospreay. I really think he could be the new Kenny Omega. I really think. I really think he'll take over for where Kenny Omega's at. I think personally in the pecking order of AEW. Don't get me wrong. I love Kenny Omega, but it's true. But I think Kenny Omega we're starting to see Kenny kind of wind down. You saw it tonight. I think the Golden Jets will be new champions. I think they'll give them the belts anyway. I do like Big Bill, and I really like Starks, Ricky Starks. But again, Ricky Starks, man, I honestly love the cheap pops that he's doing to that old group with Enzo Amore, man. That shit was funny. You guys got to pick up on these little pieces. He's giving you little pieces as he's being a heel. Got to watch Collision. You got to watch these rampages. You got to hear the heel work that he's doing. Like, yeah, I know a lot of you don't want to hear that from me, but you got to pick up on that shit every once in a while. Anyway, moving on. We had the women's match. The first women's match with Toni Storm was pretty freaking good. I thought. And May looks really hot. May was hot in fucking Stardom. And she's hot now. She's going to be turning on Toni Storm eventually. I think she's going to be doing her own thing coming soon. So be prepared for that. Moving on. That was a good match. I think the whole, whatever that was, medal that she had on her ass, I thought was kind of, stupid. She could have won it with the hip attack. 1, 2, 3. The triple threat match was more entertaining to me. The crowd was kind of exhausted. You could tell. What they should have done is they should have had that match and then Swerve Strickland and then had the triple threat. Any which way they put that triple threat would have been ridiculous. The crowd was gassed. Between the day before 3 hours, 4 hours with Ronda Rousey and all that on Ring of Honor recording television, and then this, you could tell people were exhausted. You could just tell but AEW really kept it subdued, honestly. So it had an ebb and flow. I think AEW is getting back on track somewhat as the best they can. I'm excited for next week when it comes to Survivor Series. We'll see. Anyway, my name is Rev Sauce. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to this channel here. I'm back better than ever, baby. We do have an official sponsor on this channel. We do have Visible Wireless. Down below in the description for you guys, I'm officially a brand ambassador down below. If you want to save some money and be on the Verizon Wireless Network, their sister company, Visible Wireless, the $25 plan. So I have the $25 plan, and it works out very well. It's unlimited. unlimited everything as far as hotspot, everything. Just remember, when you're on their hotspot unlimited, it's 10 megabits up and down, which is pretty good for most people if you need to stream or whatever across the United States and things like that. Verizon is very, very well known everywhere. Now, here's the deal. If you are in a crowded area, your data is going to be throttled down, unfortunately. So instead of getting that 150 or 200 megabits per second, you're going to get throttled down, especially when you're... So for $25, I really can't complain. I got mine on a reference code for $5. I really can't complain. The other company I was gonna stick with US Mobile, and I just didn't like their plans and things like that. So that's why I went for Verizon Invisible. Am I gonna go anywhere else? Maybe Mobile X next month. I don't know. I haven't decided anything yet when it comes to my mobile service. Right now, I'm pretty happy with my sponsor, Visible. I think Visible is doing a great job for my needs. And it's Verizon. You can't go wrong with Verizon. Anybody that has Verizon service in the States, you can't go wrong. And I wanted Verizon, but I didn't want to pay that Verizon price. And I already had a phone. You guys may have seen it. I'm going to stick with my phone. I love my iPhone mini. It's one of my favorite phones ever. And I've had a lot of love with it. And I don't feel the need of upgrading to the 15 or the 15 Pro Max. I really don't. I love my 13. It does everything I needed to. The battery's still great. 5G ultra wide. It does. And it's so cute. It's so small. I love it. Anyway, that's just talking about my sponsor and my phone. Guys, down below, use my link if you want. It does save you $20 on your first month's bill only, or $20 on your device purchase. And it helps me help you for the first month, and it helps me. So feel free to sign up. That I am the brand ambassador. Yes, I know MKHD is doing his thing with it too, and there's a few others, and you've probably seen the commercial around everywhere. Guys, I am streaming back on Kick, so I'm back over on Kickarino. I'm a hypocrite. I know you guys have heard, when I did my first episode of my Saucy Awesomely podcast, I talked all this crap about Kick. We are back on Kick. It is RevSauce TVV if you want to go over there and rate, like, it's, or, follow. Maybe you want to subscribe. But we're over there doing the things. We're over on LiveSpace. That is another platform, too. That is RevSauce TV. We're over on Facebook at RevSauce TV. Nothing's changing with me unless I feel I need to do a branding change anytime soon. I don't think I was thinking, but I put too much time into it. So RevSauce TVV over on... I can't have my original name because I deleted my account because, RevSauce being RevSauce, and, hey, it is what it is there. And I said it on X that I was like a hypocrite walking back over on Kick after all the shit I talked, but, and stuff like that. Anyway, we got a new graphics card in the PC. We got the AMD 6700 XT. It's doing some amazing things. I do have over here on my bed. I was trying to test it before I returned it one last time. And it worked well today in my stream, but it just didn't do what I needed to do, was the A770. I was still trying to give Intel that, that shot. And I was playing Monster Hunter World, and I've really been enjoying that. Guys, being back on PC, I'm really enjoying a lot of the games that I missed out on, man. I'll tell you that. And also, too, guys, I'm making another gaming channel. So down below in the description, eventually, we're going to have another gaming channel. Or another channel called RevSauce TVV, probably, here on YouTube, because I want to separate my gaming and my wrestling. This channel is primarily wrestling, and I don't really get an opportunity to, and I've been mixing it in with games, but you guys primarily come here for the wrestling. So I'm going to primarily keep this, my main channel, as a wrestling channel. And then I'll probably go and start doing gaming stuff off to the side and kind of have a different audience, for my gaming news and my gaming shorts and things like that. Because I've realized this channel has been growing on the fact of wrestling. You guys come to watch wrestling stuff and dislike the hell out of me sometimes because I had an opinion about Ric Flair. My God. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you guys for stopping in tonight and watching the show. We'll be back possibly Monday if Raw is good and we watch and everything goes well. Anyway, Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. I will be streaming some gaming stuff tonight on this channel because when I get my other channel set up, I got to wait for verifications and shit, so that takes 24 hours, and I can't really stream on that. So we'll do a couple more game streams over here, and then we'll bring it over to the YouTube channel. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, peace. See ya. Oh, by the way, this is my honest review. Just to let you guys know.